Morning everyone, and welcome to today's crypto analysis of Bitcoin and XRP. And once again, quite a volatile week we had last week. Let's jump right into the charts. Let's see what's happened. Looking at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly scale, you can see that we haven't even managed to make the 21 moving average. We did have that little pump last week. I thought there was going to be a little bit of a short squeeze. It didn't play out as big as I thought it would be. It seems like the market's a little bit weaker than expected. But on the overall scale, it is still on its way down to $15,000. You can see that these arrows have never changed. This analysis has been stayed the same for quite a while now. And the bias should really be to the downside. You can see on the daily scale that since the all-time highs, Bitcoin has fallen, made this flag, fallen again, made another flag, fallen again, made another flag, and fallen out of that flag again for 3 times in a row. You can also see that it's now come back to retest, and that the rally of last week was really just a retest of the bottom of the flag, and is looking like it wants to go further down at this stage. The funding rate did go a little bit positive at a point, and that was just for that little short squeeze that I was talking about. I did expect Bitcoin to go possibly up to maybe even as far as $25,000, but when it got to 22, 23, it was not looking very hot, so it was also time to get out. But looking at it now, you can see that the funding rate, although it is negative, so it is positive for another short squeeze, I don't think it's quite a lot of shorts have been liquidated now. So I don't think we're there at the moment for that. XRP on the weekly scale is forming a sideways triangular pattern. And generally this is a continuation pattern. So the bias should be for a break to the downside, and possibly further down into this green box area. On the daily scale, if you zoom in on that triangular pattern, you can see that it's now bounced on this bottom trend line and is really just waiting for a break to the downside. The S&P has got 3 more weeks before the cycle low. You can see the rejection on the 21 moving average, and this bearish engulfing candle, it's all not looking very good at the moment for the markets. So we should really expect this next 3 weeks for downside into this trough area, which will lead us up into the beginning of October, and then possibly a new cycle, either going up to make a higher low in January, or then of course make a lower low, because everything is measured in US dollar, Bitcoin US dollar. And looking at that, you can see that the rejection was here at the 110 area, and this little drop here was that catalyst to push the prices up a little bit. But out of the blue, when the CPI numbers came out, you can see that this was perceived very negative in the market. So really they're expecting the Fed to possibly raise the interest rates by even 100 basis points now. If that's the case, that's going to completely capitulate the market. But anyway, that's the market pricing in a even higher interest from the Fed. So looking at that, you can see that Bitcoin and the stock market did have a little bit of a rally here, but it just turned around way too early. I thought that maybe there was going to be a little bit more downside on the US dollar. But here we are. You can see the US dollar is on a green 2. We actually have a daily buy signal on the TD sequential, meaning that the US dollar should go further up. And if that's the case, we should expect quite a red weekend for cryptos. In my personal capacity, I'm back into a 50-50 position. I'm just waiting for the market to play out, and let's see what happens. I'm expecting a little bit of a drop at some point, and then I would like to accumulate some crypto. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let's see you on the next one.